Hey everyone, this week we're doing a let's try of the pre-release demo of the upcoming Moses Plato, the last train to Clawville, which get our go-to furry pun for the last train to Clarksville. This is a short demo, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. It won't be the blah 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 blah. You know what a demo is.
So, we're standing on top of a train, looking death in the eye.
That was quite a trip, wasn't it?
Quite a trip? If anyone had told me that we'd have ended up here, I would have laughed in their faces. So, where do we start?
Let's say a freezing cold day greeted us on that fateful Stavonian morning.
Furry heavens! Could you be any more cheesy?
I thought I was getting better at this.
That'll never happen.
Well then, let's just start at the beginning.
Okay. A little more of a silly voice for the what at first glance looked like an unhinged blood psychopath character. Like his entire demeanor and expression. He looks like a wet cat, but he also looks like he's about to stab people in half the frames I've seen, so I wasn't expecting the whoa voice.
I'm gonna freeze to death.
Now that you mention it, my dear friend, we're a little early, so you'll have plenty of time to do that.
No matter. I can already taste the champagne and olives on my tongue.
Animated mouths.
Champagne and olives?
The party! Aren't you looking forward to the big Bon Voyage party tonight?
Oh, that. I'd skip it if I could.
Ha! Moses, you're the saddest animal I've ever had the misfortune to meet. For once in your life, you should let loose. We're on a holiday, right?
Let me remind you that no, we are not on holiday. This is work.
Furry heavens. You're beyond hope, Moses.
Well, you're probably right, my dear friend.
So we freeze to death. But, I see other passengers are starting to arrive.
We can have a little sniff around before we leave the station. Literally and figuratively.
Good idea. Although, I might not be able to move anymore.
Yeah, these sprites are wild. I don't know if I should base the character on the voice or the sprites, because they're kind of in two different planets. The voice sounds like somebody playing Weekly from Black Sad, but this expression almost looks like he'd be saying the line sarcastically, and he was fuming a second ago, but every line is performed exactly the same way. Huh. Alright. Oop. Porsa? And R is backwards. And I don't know if that's just a fun detail, or my first reflex when I see backwards letters is to think Russia? But maybe it's just a backwards letter for some fun symmetry. Let's see, there's snow though. Dame. Oh, look. And then I think speak, question, show badge maybe?
Well, well.
She has a rather pleasant appearance.
Look who's here.
Alright. Men are characters, women are ogled at. Just so that we can establish our character is straight, I guess.
The ambassador. That creep makes my tail tingle.
Stay focused, Plato. We'll do what we've been hired to do, then we can take our well-deserved vacation.
When I think we have to protect this monster.
Let's not jump to conclusions, dear fellow. You know rumors are sometimes just rumors.
These aren't just rumors, Moses. They're facts.
We have a job to do, and we're going to do it. All right?
Yeah, all right.
Okay, that time he actually sounded pissed, and he looked pissed, so it all made sense now. So maybe it's more just like the intro, where he's like being wacky, cartoony sounding.
Ah, finally. This is ridiculous. I've been waiting here for an age.
Sir, welcome.
Just grab the bags and pack them quickly. My daughter and I are freezing to death out here.
Sir, I think you misunderstand.
Are they paying you to talk or work? I am at my wit's end here. Can you believe it, my dear?
Leave me out of this.
Dear sir, I genuinely think there's been a misunderstanding here.
So many medals.
good mood.
Every version is some variation of getting kind of pissed. I think the cold must have frozen your ears. Let me be more clear this time.
Did you say? How dare you speak to me like that?
I correctly gambled that that wasn't going to be voiced. That's always a fun dilemma when you're voicing games. Is like, is it going to say it out loud or not?
Why do men always have to measure each other's tails?
Oh?
Let me step in. This is Moses Wildflower, and I'm Plato Palladius of the Clawville Police Department. We are here because, unfortunately for us, we have been entrusted with the full protection of you and your dear daughter until this magnificent train reaches Clawville.
Is that so? Well, why didn't you start with that?
We tried, but it must be the noise.
Whatever. So you're in the service of the Fox King, huh? Very well. Then I'll see you at the party soon, yes?
In fact, I think we'd rather...
Moses, we'll be there, sir.
All right, then.
Joyful. Until then, gentlemen. Porter! Where's the bloody porter?
Keep your voice down. My head is splitting.
Interesting.
You found some interesting facts. Indeed. I'll leave you to wander around in your little mind garden.
What?
Could you tell this is a Sherlock thing? I was being so subtle. I'm getting the feeling that we're probably gonna go on the train and this guy's gonna get murdered, and then the game's about solving his murder in a, you know, closed room mystery because everyone's stuck on the train. And there's a ticking clock where we've got to solve the mystery before the train ride ends. What? How do you know about my garden? You talk an awful lot in your sleep, Moses. If you had any idea what else I know. It's an expression. This is terribly embarrassing.
Yes?
Oh, yes it is. Oop, I can click on this. I can see. Oh, it's like a hint system maybe? The Stoians, a massive pile, or is this the mind garden? Having to oversee the protection and well-being of the Stoian delegation is not just a simple task, but also a kind of trust and power play between the two countries of Clawville and Stoania. Frankly, it's not very uplifting to be caught between two such superpowers. It's not just a simple task, but also a kind of... I think that the grammar here suggests that it is a simple task, and I don't know if that's... I guess maybe he's beleaguered by how boring this is or something. You kind of expect it to be like a set up as not being a simple task because it's going to be the whole game, but maybe I guess he doesn't know that things are going to go wrong because he doesn't know he's in a video game.
The fluffy, fuzzy... Damn!
Quite a tower, isn't it?
That could easily accommodate all the members of the country's parliament.
Or an invading army.
You got that right.
If you're traveling, boxes stack up quickly. Like, I don't know how much of a trip they're on, but like, I just moved house, so I'm just really aware of the fact that I needed like 34 cardboard boxes to move, even though I only had one room's worth of belongings in the first place. I was like, I can't believe how much was in this one room.
Speaking of which, you're a Manul, right? A palace's cat? Shouldn't you be perfectly fine in the cold?
I don't know what speaking of which was in response to, because they can't assume that this click happens after any specific click.
I've never told you about my cryophobia? My unnatural fear of freezing?
The amount you usually talk, it surprises me too, but no, you never mentioned it before.
Well, it was because of the war.
Oh, right. The war.
I spent a whole winter in a trench. I got the chill up to my bones and my soul. And somehow, I wasn't the same animal after that.
And that affected your perception of the cold.
Some people lose their sense of smell after a major trauma, or see colors different.
That's interesting. Please tell me more about it.
I'd rather not. You overanalyze everything and everybody. It can be really unpleasant.
Well, he wants to know about it. I wonder how long you've known each other, though, if the Sherlock character has never picked up on you reacting strangely to the cold with how super analytical and observational he's supposed to be.
Well, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I'm used to it.
Like, he's not being dismissive, he's genuinely asking about the thing which you brought up. So he's like, he's willing to discuss it. That's a big fire.
Interesting.
The Clawville Express is said to be the most amazing machine ever built by an animal. At least that's what they say. I wonder how it can live up to such big words. Brain? Nope, here it is. There be titties in the mind garden. Animals, codex, connections, facts and clues. Okay. The animals is the characters. Plato, my loyal companion and friend, Plato. He served in military intelligence for years, but was demobilized and ended up as a detective, but with the Clawville Police Department. I praise my good fortune, for without him I would not be where I am today, although I'd hesitate to admit that to him. Ignat? Alexei Iranovich. Ambassador to Estonia, pursuing peace negotiations between the colonial empire of Clawville and the United Republic of Estonia, we have been entrusted with the task of escorting and protecting him, which is a great honor. However, his past and character are rather questionable. You guys are the colonists, apparently, by your own admission. You're the colonial empire. Kunia? She is the daughter of Ambassador Ignat, who is clearly on the trip out of sheer necessity, although I have suspicion that there is another reason for her being here. In any case, she's a lady of noble breeding and a tempered but rebellious spirit. We shall have to watch her carefully. Like, obviously one character is more important than the other one, but it just feels slightly weird to be like, well, she's attractive, and that's the only thought, and like, that must be the ambassador's daughter, or something like more informative and helpful. It's just our Sherlock character, who is himself based on a character that seems to not be especially interested in romance in general. It feels like, as far as I've ever heard from the character, he exclusively thinks hornily about this one character. How to use connections. Characters you met are on the left. Drag the ones you'd like to connect to the main area. Draw a line between two characters to highlight the relationship. A connection can be changed at any time. You can move things without... Okay. So this is just a notes board, basically, I think. It's like these two characters are related. Cooperation, love, dishonesty, murderous intent, dependence, I guess love, because they're family. Platonic, reconciled, one-sided, faked, toxic. Wow. I guess platonic. There's no familial love option, even though the first bond in the game is a familial bond. And apparently you can be a character. You can be on here too. Are you gonna be part of the case? This is actually really cool. I 100% dig this screen being in this game. I wish more games had this kind of thing for just, like, not enough, how do you scroll? There you go. Oh, it just wasn't moving very the first few times. Not nearly enough mystery games have a helpful little keep track of people screen, because now I can just set up the habit of coming back in here and establishing connections between characters just to keep notes. And this helps. Not only does are the notes themselves a thing that I can keep track of more intuitively, and also get to show the audience, which is nice because it's a visible thing and not me writing it in a book that's in real life. The act of taking notes like this, as many people are familiar with, tends to better cement your memories as you go. In fact, you two, hostility. Species-based, predatory, diversion. What's a hostile diversion? So immediately the bonds that I've actually have established by the narrative don't really feel like they graft very well onto the categories given. But I think you also can't type in one manually, which would have been nice. It'd be nice if you could type one in manually. But basically, like, you hate him. Or just preempt, because it's based on reputation, really. And you two are family. But the love bond... Hostility is a different basis than the example I'm given here. And these two have a different kind of relationship than that category seems to be about. National tensions is our first ongoing thing. Clues, Ignat's dark past. Ignat's past is rather murky, having served as a high-ranking officer in the colonial Tsarist forces, including the Torogo colony. So I guess that's bad. Something bad happened there. I mean, it's a colony, so inherently something bad happened there. So you guys are the colonial so they're both colonial empires, right? Unless they miswrote the other thing, or I misread it. The colonial empire of Clawville and the United Republic of Stavonia, which is where you're from. Ambassador to Stavonia. That's my bad. Okay, so they're I'm sorry. Whoops. This is why I'm not Sherlock.
Do not bother me. Ask my daughter if you want to know something. You people give me migraines.
Both of you told me to leave you alone now.
I beg your pardon?
Don't take it personally. I can't stand coppers in any shape or form.
Like the police? But you're military. That's interesting. That's strange, because the police and the military are aligned in so many ways.
Ah, I see. Well, the feeling is mutual.
You're just kidding me, yes?
Oh, of course.
See, that expression looks sarcastic, which was used here. Ask away his daughter? This is a separate conversation tree than just prompting to talk, I guess.
My daughter, a spoiled little brat. But I suppose that's mainly my fault.
Ah, come on. Don't blame yourself.
If you want to know more, perhaps you should ask Her Majesty. I don't have time for this.
Thank you. We will, sir. Madam, we are pleased to be of service to you and your good father.
Do I look like I've molted for the first time?
What? I beg your pardon?
I know you despise us, and you have every reason to, but I don't care. Nor do I care about these ridiculous peace negotiations.
Great.
Oh, I see. That was refreshingly cold and honest.
Just stay away from me. Or at least keep your flattery to yourself.
Alright, so they're impenetrable. They both tell you to talk to somebody else. Just defer, and so you can't talk to either of them.
You know what? You're really a little...
It's not going to be that easy, I'm afraid.
Good day.
Same to you, madam.
Whew, she's something, ain't she? Just like the weather here. Ice cold and, well, mostly ice cold.
Indeed. But it's interesting what she said. I mean about the peace negotiations.
You know what? I don't like the idea of them myself. And these Stavonians make my tail cramp up.
I thought you were a devout pacifist. You should be happy for peace.
Well, since I've been through the hell of war myself, I am. But this is just smoke and mirrors, Moses. There will never be peace between Stavonia and Clawville. Hostility is coated in our blood.
So hostile that there's just a train going between your two countries that people just take all the time.
Maybe. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We haven't even started this journey.
Yeah, you're right. And we might just be in for the adventure of a lifetime, huh?
Oh, but every day is an adventure with you, Plato.
Hello. Getting a lot of purple in here.
More and more passengers.
So I was right to identify the backwards R as being Russia. So we're at the train station in Russia, picking up the ambassador from there to deliver them to what's basically London, or to England, basically, to then do the negotiations there.
If you want to know more than animals are willing to tell you, use your refined senses, Moses. Remember what you've taught me.
You're in a rather educational mood today, my dear friend. I could almost call it lecturing.
You'll thank me later, Moses. Believe me.
What are you, some kind of tutorial cat?
If you say so.
See, if you use your other senses, you'll notice that this man is wearing bisexual colors.
He looks rather familiar.
You mean Cassidy Lupus, the silent wolf?
His name is Wolf.
The what and who?
To my bushy tail, you really do live in a cave, don't you?
So he's some kind of movie star.
The movie star.
Uh-huh. And the young lady?
Cassandra Ruby Faye, a real up-and-coming movie sensation. They're predicting a big future for her, although the tabloids say she's a bit unstable.
Interesting.
That's never been said about a woman in movies ever.
Interesting indeed. And quite lovely, too.
Don't worry, everyone. No one's gay in this game. Everyone's really into every woman that shows up on the screen.
Excuse my rudeness. My name is...
This is why it's inherently funny whenever people are like, I don't care if people are gay as long as they don't shove it in our faces. I'm like, do you have any idea how straight people sound all the time?
Oh, come on, it's no problem. What can I write? Who will it be for?
What? No, I don't...
Then simply Cassidy Lupus, star of Silent Wolf and the Loudest Howl. Here we go, darling.
But I...
Don't thank me, friend. It's nothing. My pleasure.
So Silent Wolf and the Loudest Howl is the individual picture. It's not his overall reputation name. I was wondering if this was like during the Silent Pictures era or something. I don't remember. So they might have had that name because it was the era of not having, like they might have had like black and white, and they weren't they didn't have talkies yet. I have no idea how that lines up with what era of history versus like the visuals of Sherlock and whatnot. I'm genuinely bad at that.
Well, thank you.
Hey, mister.
Yes, little... thingy?
Little what?
Let's not get too excited, shall we? It's probably the cold that's getting on your nerves.
A perceptive mind. Indeed, that is exactly the case.
This is Detective Moses Wildflower, and I'm Plato Palladius from the Clawville Police Department. And we're not here for your autograph. You can be sure of that.
It is amusing to realize that he does have like an East Coast American accent, despite the Sherlock trappings, and we're in the same continent as Russia, so I don't think we're... And it's probably overall the same world, but with made up names for everything, basically. So you're like, how did he get here exactly?
What, the police?
For the wild ones. Cassidy, what have you done now?
Not a single thing, Cassandra, dear, I swear. At least, I don't think.
Nothing to worry about, madam. Sir, we just wanted to say hello and assure you that with 2 senior police officers on board, you will have the safest and most comfortable journey possible.
Oh, really? That's rather nice to hear.
Don't worry about Cassidy. He's a bit weak in the knees. But otherwise, he's a pretty nice guy. At least, for the most part.
For the most part? But darling...
It does feel a little bit weirder when your detective at the center of a detective story is actually a police officer and not like a private investigator or some kind of like unaffiliated person, because then they are just an arm of the state. But given that this is about escorting a... given that it's about escorting this figure, it makes sense for this particular story at the moment. You would think that you would pick someone besides Well, detectives aren't just there for that purpose, I'm sure, but in fiction you're used to the term detective being referred to somebody that would investigate a crime, so you would think that there'd be more of like an armed guard vibe to who they're sending. Cassidy.
Tell me.
What are they doing here? Two Clawvillian movie stars right here in the land of eternal snow?
The art of movies is going beyond state lines, Chief. In fact, all kinds of art does.
I didn't know you were such a connoisseur, Plato.
Interesting.
Come on, 5 years together, you still don't have me figured out yet?
Lampshade that, but honestly, yes. Like, you guys have been together for 5 years, and your whole shtick is that you're extremely observant, but we have to exposit character traits at him that he's never noticed. And I'm like, Some people are simply impossible to figure out. That's our word of covering that.
I take that as a compliment.
So you've never noticed that he's been adverse to the cold since the war, but when you've been through 5 winters with him, it's just never come up. I mean, it's less cold in England than in Russia, but I think it still snows, doesn't it? It's certainly not California, which is where I am. It sucks here.
Forgive me for the autograph fiasco. You know, the fans just find me everywhere. It's a nightmare.
Oh, I can imagine.
You can't imagine.
And the lady is...
What a barbarian I am. This is my companion and partner in many cinematic wonders, the magnificent Cassandra Ruby Faye.
Gentlemen, if I may say so, it's extremely reassuring that you're traveling with us.
What? I'm not even sure what the implication of that. I don't expect much reassurance on this trip. From who? Huh. It just feels like a strange response to that statement. Pleasure, ma'am.
You are a real gentleman.
Don't worry about a thing, as long as you see us.
Are you two going to the party?
That was a weird line delivery.
Don't worry about a thing. As long as you see us.
I regret to say that we probably will.
Mainly because it felt like he was going to keep talking afterwards.
That's wonderful.
See you there, madam. Sir?
It's supposed to like it's not. There's like versions of like
You don't gotta worry about a thing for as long as you see us, you don't gotta worry about a thing.
like there's got to be like a different way to like approach the cadence of that statement. Let's see. I think so. Whenever this ping is up, there must be more new dialogue, even when people are telling me to stop talking to them.
It's awfully cold here, isn't it?
Yes, it is, Cassidy.
I'm sure you'll be nice and toasty in your cabin.
Tell me, where are you two staying? Up front?
Well, we're officially in the last car.
The... what? That's horrible.
Honestly, we were a bit surprised too.
My condolences, officers. If I were you, I would complain to management immediately.
You think the last car would be luggage or something, or is that near the front? I don't know, trains.
Oh, it's all right. We can take it. The most important thing is to do our job, and nothing else.
I've been through 2 wars. I think I've slept in worse places.
Have you seen the inside of the last car? I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Have you seen the inside of the last car? That feels like a clue. Punia and the peace negotiations. Vocal opponent of the peace negotiations. Why the last wagon? Why are we here? The big question mark for us is why we're accommodated in the last wagon, as we were here to protect the Estonian ambassador who is in the frist one. That is a gap. It's almost like someone is planning his murder in a murder mystery. Cassidy Lupus is a famous film star whose presence is apparently impressive for everyone but me. He's a real show-off, but I'm told he does show off his extraordinary acting talents at times. Interesting sentence. We'll see, as well as how many of the things he tells us are acting. Would. Cassandra. Cassandra Ruby Faye is an up-and-coming movie star who, although she has only appeared in a few films, is already being described as a legendary actress of the future and a kind of female icon. All I see is a scared bunny who's frightened of her own shadow, but we'll see what's really in her pretty little head before this journey is— What? Weirdly hostile description of a character you've barely met and has not exhibited those traits, but you don't know your own friend? Peace treaty. Clawville and Stavonia have been at war for centuries, sometimes culminating in fierce armed conflict, sometimes in decades of standing or a cold war. The peace treaty now on the horizon is of historic significance, the like of which has not been seen since the end of the Great Meat War. Oh my god, it's Beastars lore with meat eating and herbivores, I think. That's wild. Clawville is a city-state, the center of the Clawville colonial empire, and one of the most important and influential cities in the wilderness. Its century-old conflict with the Republic of Stavonia may soon be brought to a close by a peace agreement. Clawville, see this? So this is the Russian land? It looks like this. The name Stavonia feels like it would be the Russian name. It feels more like, as somebody who doesn't know shit about culture, basically my gut reaction with these names is that Clawville is the English-speaking country and Stavonia is the Russian one. But then I'm told that Stavonia is where we're from and where we're going, and Clawville is the colonial Russians with this dickhead tiger man where he comes from. But then the picture of Clawville looks like this, and it's exhibited primarily by its big sun and all of its greenery, and not being like in a wintry setting. Not that I know, it's not that there's not ever not winter in, like, I know that there's forests in Russia, I'm not stupid, to be clear, and that Russia has more than one appearance. It's a huge land and has seasons and everything. I'm just saying that our introduction to this place is its snow and trains. So this looks like this looks like it's the place back home, to the point where it's making me question if I've mixed up the names again. Winter of the century. See? Weather experts say that this winter could be the coldest in Stavonia in history. Wait. It was significant because Stavonia is not called the land of eternal winter for nothing. Wait, Stavonia is the land of eternal winter. Wait. Am I fucking insane? Clawville. The Eastern Empire of Stavonia. Yes. It is the Russian one. I thought I just established that we were going back. Why am I so mixed up? Something got really backwards. Ambassador to Stavonia. To Stavonia. I think I'm mixed up because his name's Alexei Iranovich, and he looks like the evil Russian general character. But he's going to Russia? So he's our... Wait. Colonial Empire of Clawville. So Stavonia... So we call ourselves the Colonial Empire, but they're the bad guys. But they're called Colonial Tsarist Forces. But the Tsar would be in the Russia country. Right? Let me know in the comments if I've just been hilariously stupid about mixing something up, or if this is genuinely a strange conveyance where you're like, wait, who's who? Because it feels like we're really back in. So Clawville looks like not Russia because it's not Russia. It is Stavonia that's Russia. It's just, so all of my confusion has come from Ignat, and everything else would make sense if I wasn't introduced to him first, and him seeming to be the opposite of what you'd expect him to be. don't know, I'm probably just embarrassing myself for 20 minutes straight in a video. It's happened before. But I swear that this specific character feels backwards in the plot. Let me know in the comments if you've figured it out and if it was obvious the whole time or whatever. Better not bother him anymore. I agree with each and every piece of hair on my back. Okay? Like, did you all have a council together?
This cursed weather.
Dear miss, as a fellow furry cat who is also used to the cold, may I say...
You are not used to the cold. You are specifically traumatized by the cold. Also, she speaks with like a Russian accent. It's just a very disorienting character introduction to start the narrative with.
I am not a cat.
Oh, I see. I didn't mean it like that. I just...
And I am not furry either. I follow the Clawville fashion, if you must know.
You are literally furry.
Meaning?
What, you wax?
I shave like every civilized woman in the world. Any other details you want to know?
I didn't even want to know that.
Sorry to bother you, madam. We won't do it anymore.
Are we talking about your bush? Is that really where we're going?
The first good idea I've heard all day.
The women are so weird in this game.
Yes.
Are you still here? Unfortunately, it is our bitter duty to stay with you until the journey is over.
Are you serious?
Well, you could do that in silence, couldn't you? Yes, we could, dear lady. Then...
It's hard to switch that many times with the voices.
My father. Don't you read the papers? It's all in there. Apart from his military and political career. He has no life.
You don't have a very high opinion of your father, am I right?
Ha! What are you? Some kind of a detective?
Ouch!
I'm only here because I want to see Clawville with my own eyes. Otherwise, I wouldn't spend several days locked up with him, even if someone pointed a gun at me.
I'm only here because I want to see Clawville with my own eyes, but you're the ambassador. He's the ambassador to Stewonia, right? Is he the ambassador from Stewonia? Because that would make everything make more sense. Is that a typo? Was it a typo the whole time? I feel insane. You've never been to Clawville, but you're the ambassador. He's the ambassador to Stewonia.
Well, I see.
Make a note in your little notebook, detective. If somebody wring my father's neck, I should be suspect number one.
That can't happen, miss. That's why we're here.
Ah, yes. What a shame.
She might be having a little bit too much genre awareness about the upcoming murder of her father that the plot's probably about.
Listen.
Dear sir. What? Yes? I beg your pardon?
What?
Stop staring at her, you hear?
Absolutely not.
Me? But I'm not. Better stay out of this, Moses.
Believe me, he's not so horrible. Just a little disorganized.
Oh, you got me. For good. I couldn't deny it if I wanted to.
You know, it's funny meeting you here, on the other side of the world.
It is indeed. The wilderness is so small.
Madam, I've been around the world more than once, and I assure you, it's quite huge.
And yet, 4 citizens of Clawville just happen to be in the same place at the same time. What a wonderful coincidence. Am I right?
I wouldn't be so sure that's a coincidence.
Here we go. Ignore his cryptic remarks, like, you know, our lives are a tattered detective novel.
Oh, how exciting. Isn't it, darling?
That's right.
New topic. Worried look. Why are you so worried? I decided you were worried earlier when I called you afraid of your own tail.
Keep your eyes open, detectives. I mean, all your senses.
What do you mean?
Oh, I don't mean anything, but it seems a strange bunch of people are gathered here. My ears are itching, and that always means trouble.
We'll keep an eye out, madam. You have my word.
Oh, you seem to have stepped out of another age, my dear detective.
Yeah, tell me about it. He's a living fossil.
Oh, I have no idea what's anachronistic about him. I think this character might be from India.
Well, well.
Even more passengers.
Let's do this.
No surprise, the train is about to depart. Are you ready for the journey, Moses?
Me? Pfft. My dear friend, I'm always ready.
Why do I even ask?
Look who just arrived.
Well, well. Must be a high-ranking official from the royal colonies. Interesting.
Load of interesting folks gathering here, huh?
He's probably here because of the peace negotiations, like the rest of us.
That damn treaty.
Now, now, my dear friend. What would Chief Inspector Bloodboil say to that kind of attitude?
You'll never get anywhere with that attitude, Plato.
I'm terrified.
You're pretty good at this voice impersonation thing.
Thank you, Moses.
It might even come in handy one day.
You really think so?
Perhaps. Greetings, sir. My name is...
Yes, you two are the detectives, right?
Yes, indeed we are. Although, frankly, I'm surprised that you know.
The whole station is talking about it. 2 detectives protecting that pale-furred, sharp-toothed bastard. And I was just wondering, where are my detectives?
Your... excuse me?
If our beloved king sends personal protection to defend his enemies, like the ambassador of the Stavonian government, surely he sends 1 or 2 to protect his own beloved ally, the ambassador to his own colony. Am I right? Which would be myself.
You? You're the ambassador of Torongo?
Oh, that's the same country that the conflict was in before.
No other. Mujara Panina, ambassador, high priest, guru, and spiritual seer. I'm genuinely horrified that you don't know who I am.
If I may say so, you speak the Clawville dialect admirably.
Please do not change the topic. Although, I do speak with particular skill, yes.
You speak the dialect admirably. He doesn't even sound slightly accented or any. He specifically has an accent that seems to be from Clawville, which is what's confusing. That's very odd. It's also, I don't think you are a beloved ally. I don't think that's really how the relationship with colonies tends to work.
I am truly sorry that you have not been properly escorted, sir, but you must be aware of the very delicate relationship between the Clawvillian crown and the Stavonian government.
Don't take me for a fool.
Haha, it's a kind of detective humor, you know.
Is that so? Well, your observations are irrelevant here. Varney!
I'm here, sir.
Good. Chat with these gentlemen while I go rest my eyes.
Yes, of course, Sepa. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Immediate blushy face. While I go rest my eyes, and then he just continues to stand there.
Seriously?
You have a problem with your ears. I told you to talk to my assistant, not to bother me.
Yeah, but the game gives me new dialogue, so I click on it.
Yes, we understand, sir. Have a good rest, sir.
So they have conflict. Connections. Political hatred. Murderous intent. Revenge. At the very least like hostility revenge. whether it's murderous intent or not. And you are dependents. I guess financial dependence. I don't know what else to put it on. You work together. I guess cooperation might be the one. Necessary brotherly forced cooperation? Workplace. There we go. Workplace cooperation. Okay. So they work together. I'll go ahead and just cut this one off. You two are probably toxically in love. While also, can I do more than one? Cooperation, workplace cooperation. Nope, only one thing. Let's do the love. Love, say one-sided love, maybe. I don't know. It's probably not the case actually, but there's the him looking around at other women. Organize this slightly. I like the screen a lot. This is a neat screen. Maybe try to get this thing going. What's going on here? See you at the party. As you say, Mr. Detective. That's not. Why did I go there with that voice?
It's a pleasure to meet you and Ambassador Mujara.
The Separ is quite tired. I hope you will forgive him for being a bit irritable.
The Separ?
Torogo's religious leaders, who also wield considerable political influence.
Very well said. You are highly educated and well-informed, Detective.
Thank you, Miss Fani.
You could have boarded the train much later if you're going to the peace negotiations. So what are you doing here on the frozen other side of the world?
Unfortunately, that is sensitive, rather top-secret information.
You see, Miss Fani, we are in the service of the Clawville government. We serve our common king. You need not be afraid to share anything with us.
I fear that even you are not authorized to have this information, dear detectives. I am really very sorry. It is a most sensitive topic.
Well, in that case, that's not a problem. If it's so very, very sensitive, we understand.
Thank you, gentlemen. You are very kind.
That was not our intention. What, to be very kind? I think it's still worth being a gentleman. I'm not sure if I get what these responses mean compared to the last line. Secrets are part of our work if someone we understand. I can kind of glean what they mean by that, but it feels slightly weird. Like, if anyone understands, we would, basically, but it feels like... I don't know if that makes sense to say it quite that way. Secrets are part of our work, if someone we understand.
Secrets are part of our work. We understand.
See, that's better. Also, this time he said it out loud after I clicked on it, but they usually don't. I'm always... The more that you say stuff out loud for Let's Plays, the more you notice how inconsistent games are about that, where sometimes the dialogue options are not spoken and sometimes they are in games. It's very strange how they'll go back and forth. That's just a lot of games do that.
Thank you. Your discretion means a lot to me.
Oh, we're discreet, ma'am.
Well, yes, we are. Most of the time.
Oh, is that a Spider-Man? I'll get you, Spider-Man.
Let's see.
He must be an employee of the Clawville Express.
Welcome, gentlemen. Detectives Wildflower and Palladius, I presume.
Just Moses and Plato. No need for formalities.
As you wish, gentlemen. I'm Pierre. I'll be your guide, your helper, and your humble servant on the road.
A French spider.
Sounds very nice, buddy. May we speak to your boss?
My boss?
I mean the one who runs the Express.
Ah, I see. That would be me too, Pierre.
There's so many hands to draw. Oh my goodness. The artist is having to work so hard on this one.
Oh, really?
Look, pal, no offense, but
How could the train inspector be a simple insect?
You're not an insect, you're an arachnid.
well, I mean, that's what I was getting at. I really didn't mean to offend you, but it's quite rare.
Indeed, it is rare, which is why I feel so honored. And of course, it is a huge responsibility too.
In that case, good for you. And congratulations.
We've got insect racism in this country. So racist that we don't know what arachnids are.
Thank you. Please enjoy your journey. If there's anything I can do to help, I'll jump to it right away.
Huh?
Is he a jumping spider? Is that the joke?
You know, jump?
Ah, because you're a jumping spider.
Yes, I am. Witty, no?
Yes, we all had such a good laugh.
But please board the train soon. Most of the passengers have already taken their cabins.
We will. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, all aboard!
About time.
I was starting to freeze to death out here.
Cassandra, my darling, I'll have you warmed up in no time.
Must we tolerate this incessant chatter? Let's board.
They just said all aboard, so just board. Bro, you're not actually living in a visual novel. You don't have to wait for the dialogue to play.
Slow down, Separ. Don't be in such a hurry. You know your heart.
He has a heart condition. So he's gonna have a heart attack later. This is how these kind of narratives go.
Well, well.
They're very efficient. I better get used to it. We'll be stuck on this machine monster for days. Well, well.
We wish you a pleasant journey on behalf of the Clawville Express. Let me know if you need anything. I can be very handy.
Huh?
Huh?
I can hold you 6 times at once.
Oh, yes, I see. Because you have a lot of hands, right? Indeed.
There's something slightly terrifying about someone being so spidery, but then they just have like completely regular, but gloved, suspiciously gloved, like human-shaped hands. Like the combination, like everyone's basically just humans with animal heads because that's how the furry stuff goes. It's just the fact that he's so distinctly drawing attention to how weird and anatomically different he is with his 6 hands and being a spider and being most different in all the other ways. So he has the most alien head, but then he just presumably has like dainty little human hands, which I have no idea what they look like under the gloves, honestly. I can't even really imagine.
Listen.
Tell me, Pierre, how is it possible that the ambassador's bodyguards are not in the same wagon as the ambassador himself?
Indeed.
Well, the ambassador's carriage is occupied by none other than a baron, apart from the ambassador and his lovely daughter, of course. A baron, I see. Well, yes, that's understandable. What about the carriage after that? That was, well, that was taken as well. And the one after that? Well, taken as well, am I right? Yes, unfortunately. I see.
What?
Splendid! I can tell you, we're going to have a wonderful trip there at the very arse of the train. Arse of the train. Please, I'm sorry if this is any inconvenience. I have no idea how to do French. Oh, never mind. We're from Clawville. The city is depressing enough on its own. A few days in a dark little hole won't hurt any. In a dark little hole won't hurt anybody, eh? Well, we actually quite like dark, cramped spaces, don't we, Plato? Because of our species. We really are we are trying to incorporate species features and traits in this. Okay.
What?
That inform you how your character behaves? Well, look, oh, yes, of course, but this isn't about race, it's about principle. Come on, don't always be such a grouch. That's more my style. Is it? Are you a grouch? He's literally always freaking out, and you're being Stoic? Reserved? Bah! I think we click on the train. Yep.
It wasn't that hard to have a little chat, was it? It's a nice way to pass the time.
I've already got the worst headache.
Come on, you'll survive. So, shall we hop on board then?
If we must.
Quite strange company we got here, don't you think?
Like some kind of ensemble.
And we haven't seen half of it yet.
Or since we have this guy as the pilot, as the driver, ensemble.
Something smells fishy to me. This Mujara guy and his assistant. Not to mention His Excellency the Ambassador and his ice-cold daughter.
We're in for an interesting journey, that's for sure. But I wouldn't jump to conclusions just yet.
Well, anyway, time to get ready for the party.
Oh no, the party. You shouldn't have mentioned. My head.
Come on, Chief. Let's get dressed up, have a drink or two, and go to the little rat hole in the back of the train for a good sleep. What could go wrong?
The murder that will happen, probably.
Famous last words, eh?
Yep, that's the phrase that refers to dying on, you know, like some kind of death on the Eastern train.
Ha! See? You're getting a sense of humor.
No.
That was actually an incredible response. Just one word. No longer articulate response, no argument, just no. Nope. Oh. How time passes, I guess. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. I still have a little time before the horrible party in the luxury dining car. What to do then? Explore the train? Who should I talk to? I better choose wisely because time is precious. Ah, so it's limited on how many things you can do. So like you have different runs, maybe, if that's the case, assuming that it's a real mechanic and not just like the game doing a countdown that's equal to how many events there are to do. Because some games lie about mechanics, but don't have time to investigate today, because I think that's going to be it for now. That's a little introduction for the opening little chapter of the game. You can check out the rest of the demo via the link in the description, or wishlist the game to check out the full thing when it comes out. There's a lot of effort going on here. I am curious to look back and see if I genuinely blundered what was going on at the beginning, or if there was like a typo or some sort of strange conveyance, or if just like the ambassador is a confusingly conveyed character or not, because I really lost the thread for a while there between the two countries. And it's funny because it's like they clearly tried to write the kingdoms as being relatively blunt so you could grasp what they were, but there was just something about that. Something got twisted in there somewhere. Otherwise, there's genre stuff, which is we just get to deal with the weird way that women are portrayed in stuff like this in general. But lots of good art. And I'd be curious to see how the whole thing plays out and how it all feels to like map it all out via the that chart that they give you access to and see where all that's going. It's extremely telegraphed, I feel like, that the ambassador's gonna die, and that you would obviously suspect the Indian ambassador for doing so, because that's the pre-established conflict that's in their codex entries, but it would be a very boring mystery if that was the answer, so there's probably more going on. In fact, the actual murderer is more likely to be someone that you end up meeting, I guess, at the party, because there's probably gonna be a party before the murder, and then you get drunk or intoxicated or something happens, or it's just an excuse to mix people up. And that's probably when you miss that the murder happened, as it happens either during the party or while people are passed out after the party. And then you have to pick up the pieces and figure out what happened before the train reaches its destination. But that's me guessing based on genre and whatnot. Either way, thanks for watching like always, guys, and I'll see you next time.